Two of Darth Sidious's most dangerous students and masters of their own trade, Darth Maul and Count Dooku were a pair of the most talented Sith of their time. Maul struck fear into his enemies with his alarming appearance alone, without even witnessing his masterful lightsaber dueling ability and his savagery in combat, almost like a ballistic attack dog sent on whoever was his prey. Count Dooku, on the other hand, more calm, collected, and prestigious, one of the most talented Jedi of the Academy, who turned and went rogue, joining Sidious and the way of the Sith after the Jedi's failure to instill security of their members and allegiance to the Force instead of the Senate. In this video, we will go over who is stronger overall, Count Dooku or Darth Maul, judging them by their lightsaber fighting styles, Force abilities, physical strength, and mental fortitudes. Let's begin with Darth Maul. Born on the planet Dathomir, Maul was taken by Sidious as a small child and trained to be an assassin of the Sith under his very tutelage. Sidious's dark and disturbing teaching techniques are what caused Maul to grow as a hateful and callous creature who only answered to his master, who he saw somewhat like a father figure. Sidious was a master of all 7 forms of lightsaber combat, teaching Maul the basics of all forms but mastering him in the last and 7th form, Juyo, the most aggressive, dominant, acrobatic, and difficult form there was. Maul's name literally translates to hammer, which is exactly what he was in combat. He was so mentally tough that he is known to have withstood barrages of Force lightning, ignoring the pain and paralyzation and still attacking his enemies. He has been cut in half by Obi Wan Kenobi and still survived in the Clone Wars and in Rebels. His hatred is what makes him stronger, and when you hate everything and everyone around you, including your master who turned against you, there is a resiliency to all things mortal, and in Maul's case, this was evident. Maul's physical condition was the best of any Sith known to the galaxy. He was the most fit and strong, with stamina to boast, proving its benefit in his tiring duel against Qui Gon Jinn and then Obi Wan Kenobi. Maul was barbaric, in the sense that he liked to get right up close and personal with his enemy, staring into their eyes as he took their life from them. This is why he didn't focus his talents too much on learning Force powers, as well as some other Sith did. Although his telekinetic abilities were far beyond average, Maul has shattered doors, hurled people, levitated boulders, and manipulated a Republic ship in the Clone Wars. He also has mastered something called Teras Kasi, which enabled a user to develop extreme speed and an aptitude for anticipating strikes. Many of the techniques and attacks of Teras Kasi were named after various animals around the galaxy, suggesting that practitioners of the martial art took inspiration from the way animals moved. To top this all off, as if one blade wasn't enough, Maul wielded 2 blades, which I'll highly recommend watching my Darth Maul's double-bladed lightsaber backstory video after this one. I'll have it pop up at the end of the video for you all. Now it's time to analyze the classy and underrated Count Dooku, or rather, Darth Tyrannus.
I've been looking forward to this.
The Jedi Council took a massive hit when Dooku left the Order. They had lost their most talented duelist to rival Mace Windu and Yoda. Dooku was on another level entirely. His mastery of Form 2, Makashi, focused his talents on purely dueling, always remaining calm no matter the opponent's style, which is true if we look at Dooku's expression during all of his duels, with Kenobi or Anakin for that matter. Whereas Maul just grows more and more rampant with each moment he hasn't killed. Dooku's Form 2 was great for its level of control and one-on-one domination. However, its downfall was the lack of ability to generate momentum, which could lead to difficulties when against such fast and aggressive opponents like Darth Maul or even Anakin Skywalker. This is the reason he lost to Anakin, who used a Form 5 Damso, which proved to be too aggressive. The Count has easily lifted and hurled boulders, broken cranes, broken pathways, and easily collapsed bridges. His Force lightning was powerful, however, it was not as powerful as Darth Sidious' strength. I do believe it would hurt Maul, however, I don't think it would be quite strong enough to paralyze him if he got angry enough. I will also mention that Dooku used Dun Mok, which is essentially taunting the opponent. He would make fun or cause them to feel insecure. This exposed the opponent's hidden inner weaknesses or doubts.
Master Kenobi, you disappoint me. Yoda holds you in such high esteem.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall.
Which had the end result of eroding the opponent's will. Mental attacks would also be utilized during combat in order to strip one's concentration with the Force. So, who was more powerful? I think objectively, Dooku was much more well-rounded, experienced, and level-headed overall. He was a Sith, but with a Jedi's approach to dueling, constantly calm and never wavered his connection to the Force, regardless which side he drew upon. Whereas Maul was more of an assassin than a Sith Lord. He used the dark side like one would breathe air. It was all he focused on, letting the hatred and darkness guide him through his decisions and fighting, along with his calculated judgments. Personally, my favorite is Darth Maul as a character, just because he's such an interesting and dynamic character overall. However, if it came down to a one-on-one battle, which I could make into a CGI someday, I would have to say Dooku would beat him 9 out of 10 times. The 10th time simply due to the chance that Dooku falters or makes a mistake. Otherwise, I think Dooku would mop the floor with him. As for Maul's stamina, yeah, he was more fit, but Dooku's powers in the Force would sustain him long enough to outlast his Padawan, Qui Gon Jinn, using his words to hurt Maul's large ego, summoning Force lightning at the right moment, and then moving in for the swift kill. What do you guys think about this? Would Dooku win or would Maul win? If you enjoyed this video, can we hit 5,000 likes? It would really help the channel out. Write your theories down in the comments below and make sure you entered the last lightsaber contest giveaway, which I'll link in the description. I also made a questionnaire on the Facebook page. How would you guys like if I did 2 lightsaber giveaways every week? And as for the lightsabers, I've gotten a lot of questions about this as well. The lightsabers are actually the Black Series collector's editions, so they retail around $200, and they're really cool. This channel for me goes far beyond just a YouTube channel. I sincerely appreciate every single subscriber and viewer that I have. That is why I make an extreme effort to answer every single email and private message that I receive. So don't hesitate to drop me a line. I'll see you all in tomorrow's episode of Star Wars Theory, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, and as always,
may the Force be with you.